Hi, this is LT Survival. Today's video, Feild Sharpening of an axe and a knife. Stay tuned. Okay, in today's video, we'll be using a couple of tools. These are my old sharpening stone, which had two-sided. The soft-sided, I guess, is all taken out, so it's only had the medium grit on it left. I had an easy lap diamond rod, which was foldable. So, oops, here it is. I had that for a long time. I used to keep my to hone my knives with that, so it's really compact. And I've bought recently a Worksmith two-sided paddle, coarse and fine, and it is foldable also, which is easy to carry again. Not the highest brand, but it still worked pretty well, so we're gonna use that. We're gonna use the Lansky rod, which is ideal for serration, but you can do straight blade also with it. I'll show you how. And it has groove for the hooks, for the fishing hooks, and it folds back into the casing. So Lansky, not the Lansky, but the Schrade diamond rod. And I brought also the Speedy Sharp for the bad blades. I redid all the kitchen knives in my camping stuff, which were old knives, didn't have any edge. Started a new edge with that and finished with the diamond rod. So stay tuned, we'll be right back with the sharpening itself. Okay, we're going to be starting with the axe. This axe has probably the worst edge ever. It's been done with a grinder, a tabletop grinder, and it's not that great. It cuts, but not that great. So I'm going to try to do an edge. I'm going to use the Speedy Sharp first. So I'm going to show you the step. I'm not going to bore you to death with the video continuously going on, so we'll be jumping some steps. This is a carbide blade on it, so you've got to be careful how you're going to be using it. You've got two ways of using it. This way, pulling towards you or going away from you with the carbide edge first is going to take metal off. If you do the carbide edge following your movement, then it's going to refine the edge, not remove as much steel. But still, it's going to remove steel. This is really, really powerful, so got to be careful. Okay, so basically, for a small hatchet like that, it's easy to get yourself set and to hold carefully. And you've got to mark your grind. So I'm using my finger as a guide. And removed the steel to make the edge. As you can see, it can bite pretty heavily. Okay, that's a start. And we'll come back on this side, this way, to finish the edge there also. Try to keep the same angle all the time and try to refine that edge. As you can see, it removed already some of the steel. Okay, to do the reverse, I'm gonna hold the hatchet the same way and make our angle and mark it. Okay, the first work is done, so we've basically cleaned the edge a bit with the Speedy Sharp. just to give it a little shape to it. It's not perfect, it's field work, so just going to use the sharpening stone a bit. Use it often with water, so than oil. Sometimes I prefer the water, it's easier to get by. And we're going to use the stone as if it was a puck, so take it in between your finger. And you start repeating it on the other side. That's the medium grit with a stone. I can use the lap also, the my worksmith paddle also, but I go differently. Just to show you, I'm going to take the coarse side. I'm going to put the blade on something. My knee's fine. And this one we go against basically the blade itself. Following the edge until the edge is done. Okay, for the knives now. Here's my knife, my multi-tool knife. It's not very sharp, so I've got to start either. I can use the paddle or I can use the rod, one of the two. This one is more medium grit, this one is very fine grit. Okay, so I can start with the rod. We're going to start with the rod. I'm going to show you how to use it. Basically, got to find your edge, your angle. But it's like the one for, you know, the butcher's knife, how they do it. Well, the same way. You can use a round rod to apply an edge to a blade, like a butcher would do. So basically, try to keep the angle constant. So that's for refining your edge. If you have more job to do, you can use the lap or simply like this. This is a really easy method. You look at your blade. You can do it two ways. No, you can only do it one way. It's going down the rod, the whole length of the rod. It's easier. You can check your edge and do it horizontally, or if you prefer, you hold it like this and see how your knife acts on it. It's already showing a difference. Then you can take this one as a flat on it. I'm not sure if you see it correctly, but there's a flat that we can use. Or I could turn it around and do it this way. This one could be used also because it's flat, like a paddle. It's a little more difficult because you got to control the angle, but trying to stay in focus with the camera too. So So that's another method of Feild sharpening. If you have a large knife, oh, it happens I have one here somewhere. Oh yeah, my SCHF 9. With large blades it's a little difficult. Oh, played in fire with it. So with the large blade it's more difficult. Andy Tran showed us a really good trick he does for his Feild sharpening. Usually he's using something to put the knife on, but you can do it by holding it in your hand like this. Take the paddle and you put it, I'm gonna try to show it. Put the paddle beside, close the angle, and go down the edge of the knife. So that's for a larger knife. Again, you can do it if you feel confident like this. You can hold it like this and do your edge. The angle is more difficult to keep, but it's easier sometimes to go like this. And you watch the paddle as it closes the gap on your edge. So that's for larger. Do it both sides and you've done it. Okay, this was a small trick to Feild sharpen your blades. A stone is always useful because it's polyvalent. It will be used with many things like the axe or the blades. But with the new technology now, the paddles with the diamond, it's way easier to work. So if you like the video, click share, like, and subscribe to the channel. And you can find these stuff also on my Amazon store. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time.